Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, for 1 year as we read through St. Faustina's diary. Join me, Amy Thomas, each day for a short reading out of the diary which brought us a deeper understanding of Christ's divine mercy. Hello, Catholic pilgrims, and welcome to day 224 of our readings from St. Faustina's diary. Have you ever pondered on the fact that most of our saints come from very, very quiet and humble backgrounds? There are some that, were big names in the world, certain popes and obviously the apostles and some kings and queens. But for the most part, most of our saints come from very humble backgrounds, and yet they're able to do truly amazing things. And of course, that's because they have surrendered to God's will, and He helps them do these amazing things. And Sister Faustina is absolutely no different. Today, as we're reading through her writings, I just want to reflect on the magnitude of what she has been able to accomplish. This simple nun living in Poland. And it's quite remarkable, actually, when you stop and think about it. So that is our topic for today in Notebook 3, numbers 1079 through 1084. April 7th, 1937. Today, when a certain person entered the chapel, I felt a terrible pain in my hands, my feet, and my side, just as Jesus did during his passion. This lasted only for a brief moment, but in this way I recognized a soul who was not in God's grace. On one occasion, I saw the Holy Father reflecting about this matter, presumably the establishment of the Feast of the Divine Mercy. April 10th, 1937. Today, Mother Superior gave me an article about the Divine Mercy to read, and with it there was also a reproduction of the image that had been painted. The article appeared in the Vilnius Weekly and was sent to us in Krakow by Father Michael Sapotsko, that zealous apostle of the Divine Mercy. In this article are included words that the Lord Jesus has spoken to me, some of them quoted verbatim. When I took the issue of the weekly into my hands, an arrow of love pierced my soul. For the sake of your ardent desires, I am hastening the Feast of Mercy. My spirit burst into such a powerful flame of love that it seemed to me that I was totally dissolved in God. That beautiful soul who is spreading this work of divine mercy throughout the world is, by his deep humility, very pleasing to God. Before every major grace, my soul undergoes a test of patience, for I feel the grace, but do not yet possess it. My spirit burns with impatience, but the hour has not yet come. These moments are so very extraordinary that it is difficult to describe them. So if you just take a moment and think about what Sister Faustina has been able to accomplish with Christ's help, and also with two very important priests, Father Sapotsko and Father Andrzej, it really is incredible. I mean, here you have a woman who's in Poland. She's not educated. She comes from a fairly large family. They're not well-to-do at all. She enters a convent, and she has this calling to bring about this major feast day and to spread the message of Christ's divine mercy. And Christ tells her to have an image painted. He tells her what it's supposed to look like. She has to commission somebody to get that done. She has to convince her confessors and the priests in her life that Christ wants her to spread this message. She also has to convince her Mother Superior that she's not crazy and that Christ is really talking to her and that this is what he wants. And she's doing this basically in the obscurity of a convent in Poland. She's not famous. She doesn't have a big name. Nobody really knows who she is. But look at it now. Here we are in the 21st century, and pretty much every Catholic knows about the Divine Mercy Chaplet and the painting. She did such a good job, obviously with Christ's help, but because she surrendered to doing his will, it was able to happen. Because we all know about it. The feast day is an actual thing. It's the Sunday after Easter. Most Catholics have that painting somewhere in their home. Most churches that I've been in have that painting somewhere in their home. I was in Turkey, in Istanbul, in one of the beautiful churches there, and over in the corner was a very large replica of the Divine Mercy painting. And it's just amazing what she was able to do. And so I hope that it helps you to see that God can work with even the smallest person and with the most obscure person and the most humble of people. He can work with anything as long as you open yourself up to doing his will and letting him enter into your life and guide your actions, your thoughts, and lead you to where he wants you to go. And because Sister Faustina did that, we now have this beautiful chaplet to pray. We have that beautiful painting to look at. We have a beautiful feast day that reminds us of Christ's divine mercy. And it should give you hope that God can do really anything with anybody, if we just are open to his will. And so it's so good to see today her get excited about reading about the Divine Mercy in this newspaper. And she gets the newspaper from her Mother Superior, and she's opening it up, and the article is in there about the Divine Mercy Feast, and the images in there, and she's excited. And she says she takes it into her hands, and an arrow of love pierced her soul. And you can just imagine how happy she is. This has been a huge accomplishment. It's such an important message to get out there, and she is the pivotal player. Again, just a kind of obscure nun in Poland who nobody really knows, and she was able to get this message out, and now it's spread all over the world. So just remember, Catholic pilgrims, that God can do the same with you, and to just listen to his voice, answer the call, and surrender to his will, and God will do amazing things in your life, no doubt. So that is all for today, Catholic pilgrims. I will see you back here for day 225. And until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.